This Transformers 96 here with another video review. This time we have the Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Entertainment Earth exclusive Star-Lord as well as Ego. So this is quite exciting. I've been looking forward to this pack for quite some time, and it has arrived a little early actually. It was scheduled for August and it came in July, which is quite nice. So before we go into the actual figures of this 2-pack, let's quickly go over the box. Standard 2-pack style box for Marvel Legends. You have a nice background there, lots of colors, lots going on. Star-Lord on this side, Ego on this side, looking very cool, and then the figures on the back and a brief description. Alright, so the figures of this wave, or of this pack, are Ego and Star-Lord. Star-Lord is just a straight up repaint. If I'm not mistaken, there's not a thing new about this Star-Lord than the one that came out in the Titus Build-A-Figure wave. But what was really nice is that the figure in that wave did not include a Build-A-Figure piece. So you did not have to buy it, you weren't forced to buy it or anything, and therefore, if you wanted to, you could have skipped it, and then got both of these figures and had both of these figures been fresh for you, which is exactly what I did. I didn't buy that Titus Build-A-Figure piece. So I'm pretty happy about that. I think that that's a perfectly fine thing for Hasbro to do, so I wouldn't complain about that being the same figure, considering you're certainly not forced to pick up the first one. But let's just start off with Star-Lord. I'd say that he's the less interesting of the two, as he's the character that we've already had a figure of, and that we have another figure of in the Mantis wave, and that, this one came out a while ago in the Titus wave. But starting off with the head sculpt, looks quite good. I do like it. I think the face is a bit long. Had they minimized that a bit, it would have looked slightly better, I think. But overall, I think that the likeness is much better suited to Chris Pratt. I think it's very nice. I do like the way that the beard's been painted. It's been done very nice. All the paint apps on the face are done very well. As you can see, nothing sloppy there, which is very nice. I do like that a lot. Just showing you the old Star-Lord. I'll compare the head sculpts, but here's the old Star-Lord, but with the new Star-Lord's helmet on. Just so you know, I'm sure people would ask, you can put the new helmet on the old figure. I would imagine you can do the same with the head sculpt as well. The new helmet is much bigger though, so on the older figure, it's a much bigger helmet. However, I think that it looks very nice. This is actually how I display them, so that I use both of the new head sculpts, considering in both cases, they're far superior to the old ones. See, here's the old Chris Pratt head sculpt. I mean, it's just, there's no competition. Now, this is wonderful. I love the fact that there's such progression here as the company's concerned. And, when these came out, when the first Star-Lord came out, it was still a $20 figure. So it's great that they're progressing and making better quality products. And at the moment, they haven't raised their prices as of yet, or at least as of since 2014, so I'm pretty happy about that. But overall, as you can see, tremendous growth there in the head sculpts. Definitely by far better. As you can see, he has the shorter jacket, which I do think looks nice. It's rubber. You can see on the inside it has that kind of alien writing or whatnot on his gray shirt, and I do like the line work there. It's a new sculpt, of course, and then the jacket arms look very nice. You do have some texture in there as well. He comes with his blasters, his signature blasters. Checking these out, it looks like they're identical, I think. Not 100% sure, but they do look the same. So I'm pretty sure they are exactly the same, just with different paint, of course. And they do look very nice. He holds it very well, as you can see, and his finger does go in like the trigger hole, so that works very nicely. He has a little spot here that's open that you can plug the blasters into, so that's kind of nice. Although, when you do move his leg, they can pop out just based on where the clip actually is. There's not a ton of clearance there, but still it's very nice. The legs look quite good. The legs are a new sculpt. I always thought that the legs from the original one were a bit skinny, so this is definitely a huge improvement. Love all the wrinkles and the work there. Looking excellent. He does come with a few accessories other than those blasters. He comes with the Walkman, the cassette player, which is very tiny. There's barely any detail on it, and it's black, so what the hell? You know, I really don't know why it's black. In the movie, it's blue and silver, but, you know, like Hot Toys can't produce that like that because it's a copyright infringement. So I understand if they can't do blue and silver, but why not do, like, purple and silver or something? You know, the original one came with a purple one, which wasn't great, but I would have liked something, even just solid purple would have been better than just black because it's so off, and just seeing a little black square, you know, you're almost like, what is that? You know, it takes a second to actually like figure it out. But now let's go over the helmeted head sculpt. So here's the old new helmeted head sculpts, as you can see. Far superior the new one is, as Yoda would say. So very much, just a huge improvement. It's obviously a completely new sculpt, and it was needed to be new, I have to say. Even just the changing the solid black to a more kind of gunmetal gray is such a huge improvement. It looks so much better, and then the gold is softer. The eyes are a softer red. I would have preferred the eyes to be more bright red like this. I think that would have been better, but that's a very small complaint. For the most part, it is like 100% an improvement over the last one, which is quite nice. Let's just get the Peter Quill head sculpt on. Alright, so going over his articulation, it is standard. Yeah, I'll do the articulation for both of them together here. So they're basically the same as far as you have a ball hinge at the neck, up, down, ball jointed shoulders, a bicep swivel, double hinge elbows, hinge swivel wrists. This is the same on both. Then you have an ab crunch, which can go this far forward, this far back. So pretty decent ab crunch there, and a swivel waist. For Ego, he has all the same articulation there, except he has a ball jointed upper torso. So huge pivots there, really do like that. Can go back very far, can go forward very far. I do love that. Sometimes when they do ball jointed upper torsos, it has limited range, but when you do it right, it has so much better range, and obviously it can do more, so definitely like that a lot. Ball jointed hips, which can kick out this far, can go out this far, a little hindered by that little peg there, but not too bad. Swivel at the thigh, double hinge knees, swivel at the boot, and then hinge pivoting ankles, which work great. The range on the ankles is pretty excellent. With Ego, he has just about the same, just to show you his range. Kicks out this far, goes out this far, and then again swivel at the boot in the same place, and he obviously has the hinge pivoting ankles as well. So the articulation is basically identical except for the torso, where there are some slight differences. And obviously with this section here, his neck articulation is a little more limited than Peter Quill's. But now that we've gone over Peter Quill, let's go over Ego, as he is I would consider this the main attraction of the set, being that this is the only set that he's in. There's no other versions of him, and there's no figure of him in a regular series. Now, Ego was a really surprise hit for me in the movie. I enjoyed his character more than I was really ever expecting to, and he's become one of my favorite MCU villains, actually. I absolutely love it. But let's go over the actual figure here. The head sculpt, he comes with two, but going over this one, which is his nicer head sculpt, basically, looks pretty solid. I do see the likeness to Kurt Russell there, and again, it's immaculately painted. There's not a single thing wrong with the paint, and there's some really nice small detail there in the beard and eyes, so I'm very impressed with the paint on this. And then the hair is awesome. The white with the gray wash into the recesses of the hair looks wonderful. Really do love it. The cape section is very nice, as you can see. It swings down because it's like on a belt. It does kind of sit away from his body a little bit. Wish that was more flush. That would be kind of nice if it like pegged in or something. But that's, you know, it's a small complaint, but it is something that I noticed. But it does look very nice, and it's this it's like a bluish gray, but then on this piece it has silver washed into it and washed around the corners there. So love that. I think that turned out very nice. The body sculpt is excellent. It's a tan with some like brown wash into it, which looks great. And there's some great detail in the little armor sections right there. Look at that. That's some beautiful detail. A lot going on there. Looking excellent. And then it's such a bright silver too, so it really pops. And then the legs are very nice as well. Great detailing throughout. You can change his costume a bit, as far as you can pop the head off and take this section, just flies right off, and then you can pop on whichever head you'd like, going over the angry one now, though. There you go. You can just pop it right back on, and you know he only wears that that cape section for really just his introduction when you first see him, and when he shows you when he shows the group around his planet is the only time that he wears that cape section, if I'm not mistaken. And then for the rest of the movie he doesn't. Oh, also when he's showing Peter Quill how to do his powers. But so all of your introduction with Ego, he's wearing that, and then by the time that he explains the Brandy song, then he takes it off, and then from then on he doesn't have it on. So I do love the fact that it can be removed. I think it looks a little bit better when it's removed, and definitely like that. The angry head sculpt, I mean, it does look angry, but it's so like minutely different. Like, it's hard to even tell what's different on this face sculpt. Really, the only thing that's different is the eyebrows. That's about it. The mouth might be going down like slightly sharper, but man, just like looking at them together, you can hardly tell what the differences are. It's very strange. So I think it's mainly just the eyebrows. Since they sculpted a new head, why not make it a bit more different? You know, it would be cooler if maybe he had his mouth open a bit, or he was scowling even more. Just make it more extreme, because you had to sculpt it again, so why not do something a little bit different with it, considering it's basically the same thing. But overall, he does look excellent. I think that he is severely lacking on accessories. I think what I would have liked is for the second head sculpt to be gray, because if you remember, once he rebuilds himself in the finale, he has a gray tone to his skin. So I think that a gray head sculpt and interchangeable gray hands would have been much appreciated, and again would have made the head sculpts different, even more different, or hand sculpts that have like energy coursing through them, so they had blue hand sculpts, maybe some blue power effects. I wish that this guy came with more. I feel like his accessories are kind of weak, because I don't know if I'd count this cape as an accessory. It's more of just a piece that can be removed from his costume. And then the extra head sculpt, it's great that he comes with two head sculpts, but they're so similar that it's like there's barely anything different with them. So personally, I think that Ego is lacking in accessories. He's also rather short. Here he is with Peter Quill, his son. And in the movie, I did notice that Kurt Russell is shorter than Chris Pratt, so it's kind of in scale, but it does look even worse in person. And I have to say, I've compared him with a lot of Marvel Legends figures, and he is very short compared to them. Look at this. Look at how much shorter he is than Daredevil. Throw in Jessica Jones here. He's shorter than Jessica Jones. Like, it's weird. I don't know why he is so short. I don't remember Kurt Russell being like that short or anything. So I think that's kind of strange. Overall, I do love this 2-pack because I love the Ego character. And I do think that the Ego figure is pretty great. It does leave some to be desired as far as accessories are concerned, but the execution on the actual figure is very well done. And again, I'm a huge MCU villain fan, so to get some more MCU villains is always appreciated. And this year they're really delivering in 2017, so I couldn't be happier about that. So there you go, that's my review of the Marvel Legends Entertainment Earth exclusive Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 2-pack featuring Star-Lord and Ego the Living Planet. So let me know what you guys think of this 2-pack, and thanks so much for watching.